Premier ministre, la parole de CCA, Forrestal.
They had talked and argued for years, trying, they said, to find a way to prevent it. But they failed. No one can be sure who started it, and really that is unimportant. It did happen. The atomic war. It was short, lasted about 48 hours. Within 2 weeks, 92% of the human race had perished to bomb and radiation. Those left, with their birth rate below 1.4 per union, turned to robotic automation devices to help them rebuild their cities and maintain a high standard of living. The first exploratory steps in the development of electronic brains had been taken prior to the atomic war. These early models were bulky and required large buildings to house them, but they merely needed refining. One of the first steps was the magnetic integrator neuron duplicator, a device 1/100th of the size of a golf ball which duplicated portions of the human nervous system and carried out learning processes. Automation was also well on its way. But these too were cumbersome and needed further development before the two elements could be joined in the series R1 robot. This first robot was quite ungainly, and its functions were limited. But refinements came in rapid succession, and soon the R20 was capable of all the thought processes and functions of a man. However, humans found it psychologically impossible to work side by side with a machine that they had to converse with, and which in most instances could outthink them. Thus it was that Hollister Evans perfected the R21, the first humanoid robot. This story concerns them, the clickers, as they were disparagingly referred to by some humans.
All right, let's see your assignment cards. What are you clickers doing out tonight?
We're on free time. We're not obligated to answer.
As the member of the Surveillance Committee of the Order of Flesh and Blood, I demand an answer.
We're going to the temple to be recharged.
I think I'll keep you here till your power runs out. How'd you like that?
I'd have to report such interference to the police. Release them.
Is that satisfactory, Craigus?
Well, the order just wants to keep them mindful of their status. You overlooked one little thing, though.
What?
The robot that didn't talk had a forged card.
Forged? Why, he can be disassembled for that. Let's pick them up.
Be patient.
Well, the temple is just around the corner, and it's out of bounds for us. They'll get away.
Well, they have to come out. And if they're taking a chance using a forged card, they must be up to something that the Order of Flesh and Blood might be interested in. Oh, miss. Well, just a moment, miss. May I see your assignment card?
You certainly may not. Your order may get by with harassing the robots. But you had better leave citizens alone.
Well, I'm sorry, miss. I just thought, well, with so many robots about
I feel
these days.
perfectly safe with robots.
We intend to see that you are.
A most attractive woman.
Most.
If those robots are being recharged, they'll be in there about an hour.
We'll wait.
What's keeping them?
The subject robot has not yet completed the transformation process in the duplicating lab. Where did you get him?
We bought him new on the black market. He has no name, unassigned and unadapted. And he has a forged assignment card.
That will save a lot of time.
The inspector in Factory 3. He stole him off the assembly line just prior to numbering. Unfortunately, an inventory was taken, and the inspector was caught.
That was unfortunate. Mark should bring him up from duplicating any minute now.
The delay was unavoidable. We were stopped by two members of the Surveillance Committee of the Order of Flesh and Blood, and I was questioned.
Is the duplication satisfactory, Acto? It has to be perfect.
The structure is excellent. The pores should be larger. And he needs a little more hair. Thicker. He needs a 1/8 inch mole behind the lobe of the left ear.
Report back to duplication immediately and have the corrections made.
You can still alter your decision if this is against your circuits.
My circuits are unoffended. I suppose it takes courage to submit to a thalamic transplant.
As an unadapted R-34, he has no fear circuits. Consequently, he doesn't need courage.
He will before long. Raven's operation will convert him to an R-96 with all the emotions of a human.
Only 4 points less than human. I wonder what it's like.
You will learn how to laugh, how to cry, be afraid and hate. To become an R-96 is a real sacrifice. With this one, we will have 16. 10 males and 6 females.
At times, I think we should turn the entire program over to the humans.
It really shouldn't be the responsibility of robots.
The humans aren't ready for it yet. It's still illegal to improve a robot higher than an R-70.
That law was lobbied through by the Order of Flesh and Blood.
The order is becoming more powerful every day. They virtually dictate to the police.
There are always ultra-conservative pressure groups set against advancement.
But why? Why? It's not in the best interests of humans to hold back the development of robots.
They won't for long. We're filling key positions at R-96s as fast as we get them.
I still have an occasional doubt.
You may withdraw if you're contra-circuited.
I'm unoffended.
Mark, you better go down and join the volunteer. Hurry things along. The human he replaces has already been out of circulation for 4 hours. The less time a man is unaccounted for, the better. According to the latest tabulations by the brain, by the 1st of next month, we will outnumber the humans.
Yes?
Dr. Raven?
Yes?
Ultima Thule,
Number.
96.
Come in. Sorry I didn't recognize you. All clickers look alike to me.
Thank you, Doctor. Certain of us prefer not to be called clickers.
Peel off that synthesis skin and you could watch the cogs turn and the gears mesh. You trying to tell me you have feeling?
Certain of the higher calibers do.
I've been working on a sticky electronic reflex problem. I just can't make this arm bend at the elbow and the fist clench.
What circuitry are you using?
1.3 impulsion to the motor neuron and modulating 28 to the sensory neuron.
The calculations are right, but you have them reversed.
Sure hate to have a bunch of cogs and wheels show me up. But then you always do. As soon as I clear this table, we'll get to work. All right, you, take off that head covering. And your lab did another excellent job. He's an exact duplicate of that deceased human your clicker pals brought in tonight.
What did you do with that body?
The usual. Processed it, then destroyed it. Everything we need from it is right here. Now about the money.
10,000 credits.
You could be disassembled for having money that's not earmarked in your possession. What do they pay you?
They pay me nothing. Having no need for money, I have no desire for it.
You have no desire for it. I love it. You should let me rewire you. You don't know what you're missing.
No, thanks. I'm satisfied as an R-58.
Where do you clickers get those credits? A man can have his memory taken for a year for giving wild money to a clicker.